Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. This video will be wrapping up last month's knife of the month. So if you're not familiar with knife of the month, it's just where I do a mileage discussion or a long form review and testing of a knife. And I've done it for many years. You can go and check all the older stuff. There's some older stuff here on YouTube. My YouTube's fairly new, but there's some older stuff on Instagram since I think 2018, I think. At Bushcraft Kelso will find you that on Instagram. But last month's was the Coldsteel SRK-C. And it's in SK5, which is a Japanese version of about, I think it's 1090. So it's a high carbon. When I got this orange sheath and this black nylon belt loop come with the knife, no lanyard. I got it off Midway USA. So high carbon, orange scales, just rubber scales, and the sheath for 34 bucks. You can see the unboxing video. I peeped it on there, but $34 shipped. And it's been a really great knife. When I got it, the only thing that I'd done to it was I put a 90-degree spine on it. So I just 90'd the spine, and I removed the rest of the coating all the way down the spine, so you could use it for flint and steel if you wanted to. I just made that easier. It's harder to do with coating on there. So once I done those few mods, I added a lanyard, of course, and Who is Citizen-y mini glow nut. I took the sheath and added another one of the single mag pouches and loaded that thing out. But the knife itself has been super awesome. Well worth the $34. The coating will wear off if you use it pretty hard. This was mainly from batoning stuff that wore it. Excuse me. The edge retention is great on this thing. I have not put it on a stone this month for normal maintenance. I only used the strop. Like, I believe it was last weekend-ish, I went to put it back in the sheath and didn't have it in there good and dropped it, and this dude point downed right on the concrete, and it made you can't hardly see it like this, but I have some pictures under magnification on Instagram. See that little, it's trying to show it, there's a little nick there. It gave two, come on bruh, two places on the end there. But from tip down in the concrete, from waist high, I expected a lot worse than that. It chipped up a little piece of concrete, and like I said, gave those two little chips on there. I touched those up with an easy lap and a ceramic rod, and that thing was good to go. It took very little. It just had a burr kind of, so if you were looking at it, it's had a burr sticking off each side for whatever reason. One went off one way and one went off the other way. But I took those off, and that's all that I've done to it. Maintenance wise, it stayed sharp the entire month. It's actually pretty agile. The handle it's not really I can't knock it. I can't say that it's a bad thing. The handle is a little thin compared to the girth of some other knives that I've used. It's kind of thin, but that kind of helped with the agility of it, getting around on it. You could really kind of flip this thing around versus having something kind of really bulky in your hand. It performed well for most carving tasks. I carved itself, so I carved an SRK-C with this SRK-C. Did fine. Notches, it does good. I did a lot of shear cutting with it, so I would hold this and use my baton and just cut things. I did a bunch of bamboo and river cane. Never did roll the edge. The SR, I think that, no, SK5, I believe is what the steel is. It is a new to me steel. I had never used it before, to my knowledge. I've used some Coldsteel knives in the past, but mainly the Bushman series. I've used a bunch of those just to play with, and their shovel, and I've got good things to say about those. But this was new, and it done extremely well as far as I'm concerned. Again, well worth the $35 price tag. And the sheath was really nice too. I know I got a bunch of stuff on it right now, but it looks like this is actual brass hardware that's on these things. It started to wear through on the back, but it's been zero issues. And something that comes up from time to time too is this nylon stuff just doesn't last most of the time. But I have very few loose fuzzies on this thing. There's some stuff stuck to it, but it's not hurting the integrity of it at all. And this I thought was pretty cool. I still like this idea here. So it's just the belt loop, but they hook and looped the button. So not only do you have a button, but it's hook and looped all around it, that Velcro. It's pretty smart. I've not seen another one of those done that way. Retention, I can shake it out, I'm pretty sure. So it's not really one you would want to hold upside down unless you had the buckle on it. But the majority of the week, as soon as I undid that, I just left it open the entire time. And sometimes you'll get trying to put it in there, if it gets in a wonky spot trying to put it in there, and you can accidentally put some of this will get in here sometimes when you're trying to, but that's not a big deal. That happened a couple times, but you just kind of shake it around and you can get it going back right. But yeah, man, I don't know, I'm not going to go too crazy on it. There's a bunch of content on my Instagram and a couple more videos on here from using it. I could tell pretty quick into it that it was going to be a pretty decent knife, as long as edge retention, I didn't break it. Performance was going to be pretty cool. Now, this overall design, they have some that I believe it's either in MagnaCut or like 3V or something like that. Those would be pretty cool knives. I'm not a huge fan of the super steels. I prefer something like this. SK5 is plenty for what I like to do with it. Now, if you're around salt water and stuff like that, you know, it may be better to have a stainless version, but for me, I really don't need it. I won't put any oil on this thing forever, probably, and there will be very little rust on here. If it is, there's going to be surface rust. Maybe just speckle that spot right there, and maybe the spine where it doesn't have a coating on it anymore. But I don't see the super steels necessary for what I'm doing. But it is an option. You know, everybody likes different stuff. There's going to be people that won't buy this because it's orange, or won't buy the other one because it's black, or won't buy it because it has a coating on it. Personal preference, and what everybody thinks is the better knife is. It gets deep, like super deep, and that's fine. Everybody can like different stuff. But, you know, we all have plenty of choices in this stuff. But as a no, I'm not going to say lower end, because it's performed as good as, you know, all of the other ones. I got a set list of tasks and challenges that I perform with it. I don't really see who does what best, and where that boils down to is a lot of time that has to do with a grind, and that's about the only time that you can see where one is gonna carve or do a little bushcraft better than the other one is grind, really, because length and size and all that stuff, that's personal preference stuff too. But anyway, I just wanted to follow up. I had some people that had said, how was it on the Instagram? That's how it was. Done well. I believe you could buy this and not worry about. Of course, wait, me saying that, I did have some comments, and maybe I can't remember if they were on my YouTube or Instagram. I get a bunch of comments, but someone said that they did have an issue with the tip breaking at one point. I was ridiculously, I was fairly abusive towards the tip of that with the baton, and I'm sure I could have broke it off if I'd have stuck it in, something, just smacked it sideways. But being borderline abusive, doing tasks that we may do in our craft, and I couldn't get it to break. And then the drop on the concrete, I think that should have sealed the deal if it was going to break. But it may be something that they've had in the past and they have rectified. I don't know, or maybe I just got a good one. It's hard to say. But for $34, it's well worth doing, especially if you like switching it up every now and then. I dig it. And something that I don't know is, I guess they have black ones. I don't know if they have earth tone ones. I don't know if they have different color ones or not. That'd be something to look into. Coldsteel SRK-C. This is the compact. There's going to be an SRK that's a little bit bigger. I think it may be an inch longer. But yeah, I don't know how to put it so you guys like the way that it looks, but it was a good one. We're gonna roll on. I'll just tease what this month's is. This month's is pretty sweet. It is The Climate by Mr. James Gibson, the mastermind between the JG series for SE. And he's got a whole bunch of other designs, but this one today was its first day. Will be coming down the line. I'll do a designated video on it. But anywho, look, y'all, I appreciate the support. Feel free to like and subscribe, follow along. We got a lot of stuff to do. You can check out older stuff at Bushcraft Kelso on Instagram, bushcraftkelso.com for gizmos and gadgets. Y'all have a good weekend. Later.